An estimated wealth transfer of $68 trillion will take place over the next 25 years. This by far will be the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world. Are you prepared for this? By the end of this episode, you will understand what it would take to build generational wealth and a lasting legacy, the game for your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids, and balance the present needs with future financial stability. But before we do this, let's talk about how not to approach generational wealth. To do this, let's talk about a family that ignore all the things we will talk to you about in this episode. In the golden history of American wealth, few names shines brighter than the Vanderbilts. Cornelius Commodore Vanderbilt began as a modest ferry operator and through his ruthless business acumen laid the foundation of a railway and shipping empire. By the time of his passing in 1877, he was worth an estimated $100 million. That's around $2 billion in today's term, making one of the wealthiest men in American history. Yet as grand as the Vanderbilt legacy began, its decline was just as spectacular. Within just a few decades of the Commodore passing, the Vanderbilt coffer was once bustling with wealth began to thin. By the time the 1940s rolled around, no member of the Vanderbilt family was among the richest in the U.S. In just over 50 years, the vast Vanderbilt fortune had all but evaporated. Though the Commodore's descendant blessed with an inheritance that could have forever etched their dynasty into history, instead became a cautionary tale in generational wealth. Are you thinking that the tales of the Vanderbilt collapse fortune won't apply to you? Well, here's the thing. Did you know 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation? And a staggering 90% of their wealth will be gone by the third? So even if you make a fortune in this most abundant time in history, statistically your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids will end up losing it all. It's a gut-wrenching thought. All those years, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice evaporating in an instant. The haunting image of your loved ones lost and vulnerable without the fortress you've built for them. Can you bear to imagine them exposed and struggling in the future you didn't prepare them for? While you may not pass down the same size fortune as the Vanderbilt or other Gilded Age families, it doesn't minimize its value. And here's the thing, you don't need to come from an aristocratic family or have $1 billion worth to plan a lasting legacy. Come on guys, you are successful entrepreneurs and founders and you pay your dues and you have found your success. So how to start, where to begin? For you to get started, we need to tell you about these two distinctions. Now to do this, let's talk about potato chips. What? Potato chips? Yes, indeed. So back in the day, Lay's potato chip used to have this slogan called, "Bet you can't eat just one." This is probably the most accurate slogan ever because we have yet to meet a person who can stop at one chip. And this is how, if not careful, some families will treat their personal wealth. They turn them into a treat yourself fund, yikes. But generational wealth, that's the family's wealth, not so easily rated on a whip. When you build a lasting legacy, the distinction is that by definition, it intends to be more illiquid, meaning that it's hard to convert it back to money, and because of this, it reduces the chance of being plowed through by you and your heirs. Think of why it's so critical for you to start working on building a lasting legacy right now. Reminds me of Nan's high school biology class. Well, back then, yes, that biology class, and still now needles are my worst enemy. There I was in high school, can you believe it? I was expected to stab myself to figure out my blood type as part of a class assignment. I mean, seriously, I could have asked my mom, my dad, or even mom, right? Unless we're adopted, of course, but no, grades were on the line. So while I was playing a nerve-wracked chicken with the needle, Mr. No Patient teacher decided to be a hero and he just jabbed at me. Spoiler alert, I'm an O positive. Could have saved us awesome drama here, teach. The whole biology saga, it was really about traits that we inherit. Those are the goodies that pass down from family trees. Bet you already had a similar class drama, right? Naturally, you get that while your kiddos might inherit your baby blues or that rare blood type, they might not snag your genius IQ or that knack for sealing the deals. Or maybe they won't have your tenacity or coding magic, but what they surely can get their hands on is your simple businesses, aka the juicy income-producing real estate. And in our book, that's always multifamily real estate. Why is income-producing real estate considered a simple business? Number one, as we previously mentioned, real estate, unlike cryptos or the stock market, is illiquid. And this is a good thing. It makes it hard for some people to seek a quick cash injection by selling it off. Of course, it's possible if structured correctly, this would be harder for them to achieve. Thus, it is an asset that can survive through successive generations. Number two, owning cash flow producing properties is like raising a farm full of geese that lays the golden eggs. As long as you buy correctly in the right market, it will always produce income that will put food on your table. Number three, ease of management. An income producing asset is a simple business. Unlike other businesses, you only need to focus on boosting the income and reducing the expenses to have a profitable endeavor. Moreover, this model is set up in such a way that your heirs can lean on heavily on a team of experts like a management team that can do all the heavy lifting on the behalf of your family. Number four, fundamentally solid. People will always need a home, making income producing an evergreen business, eliminating any concerns that it will become obsolete or evaporating your family fortune along with that. This is like tying your fortune to a can't-lose jockey. It's a winning proposition. Number 5, extremely scalable. Large-scale income-producing real estate like multifamily real estate present an opportunity to acquire multiple revenue-generating units under a single purchase, which amplify rental income potential. And similar to the Monopoly game, you can continue to multiply its growth by purchasing more and more of them for generations to come. Number 6, OPM, other people's money. What other asset class can you put down? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% down payment and get your bank to be the silent partner, have them have no say in property operations, and get your tenants to pay down the mortgages, reducing your loan balance. This is real magic, right? Yep, indeed. Number 7, tax efficiency. Even more than the frivolous spending, the tax man poly is the biggest killer of generational wealth, and thus investing in asset that has highest tax efficiency is so crucial. And we believe in investing income-producing real estate is the easiest way for you to build generational wealth and a lasting legacy. However, there's always a right way and a wrong way to do this. Unfortunately, most parents do not equip their kids and grandkids with the right tools to make this possible. So let's be clear on one thing. The goal of creating a lasting legacy isn't to enable the trust fund babies who don't know how to earn money to spend the money. We just think that they can work much smarter. There's a saying, a person who can't earn for themselves cannot hold on to wealth, and we wholeheartedly agree with this. You must constantly talk to your kids, your grandkids about money so that they learn to appreciate it as a tool and not something to fear. By speaking the language of finance, you help make understanding how it works and how to keep it growing second nature. For us, the Kitti Sisters, we always love the compound effect, and this applies to both wealth and knowledge. Compound interest has been hailed as the 8th wonder of the world. Those who grasp its power reap its reward, while those who remain oblivious ends up paying for the lack of understanding. It's imperative to continuously compound both wealth and knowledge. Sadly, most people don't know where to get that kind of information that is actionable for their situation. But there's good news. We break down things so you can understand exactly how they work wealth-wise. So if you want to turn your business profits into a lasting legacy through income-producing investments like multifamily apartments or ground-up developments, well, we want to introduce you to our 100-year legacy newsletter. To sign up, all you have to do is go to 100yearlegacy.com. Again, it's 100yearlegacy.com, or you can grab the link in the description. The newsletter is jam-packed with insight you will not get from other financial pros. Give your children the best shot at life that they can have. Ultimately, your legacy will be judged on how well you taught your kids and your grandkids the value of building wealth. And if you do it right, your grandchildren will be able to eat off the moves you make this decade. Creating generational wealth isn't complicated, and your wealth can go much further if you understand the tax game and how to win it. So go watch this video to learn how.